We're running back the Dr. Brown's Black Cherry. This thing is banging. I think the next episode we're gonna start some San Pellegrino. Get fancy with it. Not a lot of news going on in the comic book world. I said my piece. I said what I had to say live. I think it was yesterday on iHeartRadio, episode 70. Give it a listen, because I listen. I drop the mic. I say what is blunt. I say the facts. I say what is in black and white. It's not like I'm calling anybody out. I'm simply stating the facts, and it is what it is. It's kind of funny, actually. It's very funny, and the way that they manipulate their contractual agreements, that they can break a contract whenever they feel like. That's not a team. That's not building a team. That is only protecting and benefiting their corporate assets and asses. Don't you guys find it funny? Asset, asses. Wordplay, guys, wordplay. Because they don't want to build a team there. They want to build a group of puppets to sell, so they make their profit on the puppets. So I'm not a fucking puppet. I'm a goddamn leader. I'm a fucking leader. You guys know that, and I'm for you people. So I don't fuck with shit like that. Listen, if they're scared and nervous that I will blow out, which I always do, blow out everyone's businesses, that's not my problem. That's the business's problem for not stepping up and taking care of the people. My main goal is the people, because the people have my back. I have the people's back, period. Today, we're going to talk about the Watchers. So, again, you guys really need to step up. This isn't some Bible shit. This isn't some religion shit. This isn't some government shit. See how I said shit 3 times? Because that is shit. We're going to talk about real reality right now. And we're going to analyze. And I'm going to open up your guys' minds. And I'm not going to put anything fancy or pop-ups on this screen. We're going to talk. And you guys could chime in and drop comments. I'll read them. I'll reply. But most importantly, I'm going to make an example right now, a statement. I'm going to state the obvious. You see these shitty ass numbers? That's because at this point, shadow banned, contained. But you see all of these people that you call influencers. They're just buying their views. They're buying their watch hours. They're buying their views. Those 5,000, 3,000, 50,000 views, fake. See, they're playing the game of YouTube ad revenue. So they'll buy followers for like $20. For $20, you could purchase 5,000 views. Everybody knows that right now. You could Google it, right? So they're fake. They're fake. And you want to know how all of those people are fake? Because you go back, you look at their social media, you look at their live sales, you look at when they go live on other platforms, and they can't even hit 10 people. So where the fuck are the 5,000 people watching your YouTube videos? Where the fuck are the 5, 10, 15, 30,000 followers that you supposedly have on here and on bullshit selling apps? But yet your social media is ghosted to like 1,000 people. When you go live on social media, you're lucky to have 10 people. When you go live sale, you're lucky to have 15, 20 people. The world's eyes are waking up. You cannot manipulate the people anymore. As much as you think You could manipulate the people. You can't manipulate the people. So this is why the people always have my fucking back, which is why I always have the people's back, period. Now we're going to talk about the watchers, right? And again, we're not getting into government, aka govern your minds. We're not getting into religion, Ligion, to make an army. No, my friends. I'm going to break down science for you guys right now. And here we go. How many craters are there in the world? Google it. Go ahead. I'll wait for you guys to Google it. 10 seconds, right? You get the number 200. How many watchers historically written came to this realm? I don't call it a planet anymore. I call it a realm. How many? 200. So all those craters that you see all over Earth, this realm, right? The watchers landed. There are no remnants of big fucking meteorites. There are no remnants of these big fucking things because they don't exist. 200 watchers came to this realm, which equates to 200 craters on this realm. I'm not calling it a planet anymore. I'm not. So the Great Flood happens, right? Historically, it happens. And they lived underground. Scientifically and historically, who created all of these beautiful, massive, big caves? Who? Who? Tell me who. The Watchers. And when you look, because from what we know, but I think that phones did exist. I think all of technology and even further technology existed in the past, and we just recreate what already existed in the past, because the fact of the monkey man and the evolution man and I don't believe in that shit. No, bullshit. We are a creation. So we're a creation of Anunnaki, those that came from above beings, and we know this because of all the laser inscribed inscriptions, not carvings. There were carvings, but laser inscribed inscriptions all over the pyramids, all over the known world realm. There are multiple pyramids all over this earth, and it's all telling the same story. Now, what created us built these pyramids? And who created us? Anunnaki beings, those that came from above, the giants, were created as slaves to help the Ajiji. Why do you think that you have distraction in wars? And I'm going to get to wars in 1 minute to talk about the Watchers. This is all going to tie in, because if you study your ancient history, if you study the Bible, if you study the Sumerian texts, the Emerald tablets, it all tells the same story. And remember, the Sumerian tablets, the Emerald tablets predate that Bible by 5,000 years. Predates it all. The Bible just copies that stuff and changes names, makes it more humanized. With that said, 200 watchers came from the higher realm. You guys call it heaven. You guys could call it whatever you want. The higher realm. 200 watchers. They fucked around with humans. They created weird offspring. That's why the floods happened, because there was too much cross inbreeding and all this shit. Boop, got wiped out. Boop, oh, we fucked up. We got to get rid of this shit. It's too big. These dinosaurs are too big. These fucking Anunnaki beings, they're too now they're too big. It's getting crazy. They're fucking around with their human creations. And quite honestly, I think that whatever being, if you believe in God, I believe in one God, but light, energy, that's God, light, energy. We are all God. The air that we breathe, consciousness. I think, because if you study those Sumerian tablets, Emerald tablets, Sumerian tablets, predates the Bible, 5,000 years, you see that Enki and Enlil were terrified terrified, scared that they created human beings, DNA altered, modified, created human beings to be their slaves to help the Ajiji because they played God. And they were scared. Then what happens? Great flood. Then what happens? Before the flood. Now, here's where we get to the Watchers, right? Why'd they take out the book of Enoch from the Old Testament? Why? Tell me. Google it. I want you guys to research. This isn't Nick being a fucking super prophet. This is me talking to you, communicating to you, so you guys study the same things I studied. Watchers, right? So the Watchers were fighting each other for control, fighting each other for control. The Watchers, yes, they embark technology and greater technology, but sometimes it's for their benefit. Sometimes it's for their own good. Sometimes it's for our advancement. Sometimes it's for both. But then they started fighting with each other. Now, then the flood happened, and you guys should read the book of Enoch. Read the book of Enoch, because Enoch, Noah's dad, goes up into the higher dimensions. He sees everything, sees that dome, sees what they call the angels, the one-eyed beings of light, the angels. It's not some fucking things with wings. We don't have some X-Men archangel beings. Maybe in another dimension, sure. Maybe in another multiverse, sure. Do I believe in other dimensions, other multiverse? Fuck yes. And there's proof. We'll get to that too, because they did open up portals now. This is a known fact. This is documented. A known fact. They opened portals. You have women speaking about it, scientists speaking about it at CERN. You have multiple certified, credential, scientific, researched witnesses and whistleblowers. They opened up portals. Now let me get back to the Watchers, and then they're going to all tie into the portals. You look at the world, right? This realm, this known realm, right? You got wars, everybody's fighting. You got this church and this pope and manipulation, and you're still doing false ideology. You're calling other people father, like Father Phil, Father Tom, Father Peter, Father John in these churches. Now, I'm not preaching to anybody. I ain't about that shit. But if you really Matthew, what is it, 22:9 or something? You guys could Google it. I don't need to tell you. What did the man that you guys call Jesus said? Don't call anybody else father but God. He said that, right? He said that. Now, if you guys believe in the gospel and all the gospels that were written, that's his words. And yet they built a religion on this man. You call him Jesus. His real name is Yeshua. You call him Jesus. And yet you call priests father. Boop! You think I'm believing that shit? Now, I'm Sicilian. Raised Italian, Sicilian, Catholic. My eyes opened up when I was like 9 years old. Because in Catholic school, you're being brainwashed, the rhetoric, right? Well, I was like I am now, blunt motherfucker. And I'm like, I'll never forget this. Sister Roseanne, if Jesus just said, don't call anybody father in Matthew 22:9, I remember this like yesterday because I got detention for it. And then my father went to the school and fucking flipped the fuck out. Never got detention again after that because he was paying tuition. See, money. So, and I'm like, well, Jesus just says in Matthew, don't call anybody father. So why do we go to church and call Father Tom father? Why is Father John called father? Nicholas, sit down. Don't be a distraction to the other classmates. Then I'm walking out of this. I was 9 or 10 years old. I got up. And I was like, I'm not listening to this bullshit. I'm like, what was it? Sister Rose Ellen, I think it was, or something, or Sister Ann. I was like, listen, I'm gonna get 100 on this test anyway, because I'm 9 years old, people. Because I just read these textbooks, I'll give the answer, the supposed answer to your test, and that's it. I'll play the game. I was 9 years old. And then I just got worse and worse and worse and worse and worse and worse, all the way up to St. John's University, where they still forced me in college to take 2 years of theology. But listen, this is why I knew that it was a money-controlled manipulation device. This is why but then I started studying history, and I got more into it with health reasons and fighting death. And this raised my consciousness, and I'm still here. You see, I didn't die in 2022. It's 2025 now. Your boy is still here. I am beating and beat, or so they say, I'm in remission of the cancer monster. But you guys watched me at 100 pounds, weak, frail, when I said goodbye to everybody in October of 2021. And I know you guys remember that. And I fought. I was like, no, I'm not doing this medicine anymore. No, I'm not doing this fucking chemotherapy anymore. No, I'm definitely not doing radiation anymore, because that's killing me. And then I started studying what I'm studying recently now, and raised my consciousness. Natural healing, the sun, the power of the sun, the power of positivity, the power of eating clean foods, foods that grow from the sun, foods that have seeds in them. I stay away from seedless food. I don't even have that's a lie. I do have a microwave. I don't use my microwave. It's there built in the kitchen. I don't use that shit. Never again. Never again. I'm not going to be lazy. I'll boil a pot. I'll cook my food in boiling water. I'll put my food in an oven. I don't use that microwave because it's killing nutrients, radiation, it's exposing. We're exposed every fucking day to now 5G radiation. This is fucking exposing me right now. This is exposing me. The Wi-Fi is exposed. What can we do, people? What can we do? Because they want to kill us. Watchers. This brings me now all back to the Watchers, right? 200 Watchers. They live in the mountains and underground, and they built these massive caves. Research it. Learn. It's fascinating. Tunnel systems, massive caves. Then the most important part, shape-shifting powers. We could be watching a president of the United States, a president of a foreign country, the creator of Bitcoin, Elon Musk, anybody in the world could be a watcher. And it just makes sense. The more and more you read the ancient history, it still ties into the present day. Wars, fighting, corruption. I'm going to say this wrong. The Hammurabi law, or the Hammurabi texts. Don't you find it funny? When you look at all of the massive inventors, Tesla, Einstein, the Hammurabi Code, I want you guys to all just Google this. I'm not going to do some fancy pop-ups and shit. You guys have brains. You guys know how to use your computers. Start researching that instead of watching girls bounce their breasts and ass on TikTok. Research who you really are. Research how to raise your consciousness. Research how to stay and maintain health. So when you really analyze this stuff, and I'm uncensored, I talk my mind, right? When you analyze this, 200 watchers, 200 craters on the earth, no fucking evidence of anything. When was the last time you guys seen a big, massive fucking asteroid? When? When? Get the fuck out of here. You kidding me? So, now everything is being exposed with the CIA and the documents with the spacecraft and the aliens. This is all real. Spacecraft and the aliens. Now it opens my mind, and now we're back to the portals. Now, this is now what I find funny. Wordplay. You see, they put it right in front of you. They put it right in front of you. I want everybody to Google Yoda. I'm dead serious. I want everybody to Google Yoda. Now, why am I bringing up Yoda, right? Little green guy with the fucking ears, Star Wars, right? Well, Steven Spielberg was on some shit. And I want to know how Steven Spielberg knew about everything. Did he get otherworldly intelligence? Will he ever admit it? Did he read something or study something? Was he into this stuff? I would love to get Steven Spielberg, but he'll never do it. I would love to get Steven Spielberg and just ask questions, right? Just probe it. Just ask questions. How do you know about all this? Star Wars, Yoda. In the ancient civilizations, there was an embodiment of exactly what looks like Yoda. Exactly what looks like Yoda, right? Study it, research it, Google it, read about it. How do you know this? How did he know all of this? How did he put it all into play, right? Because I think that it's all just put right in front of you. I think that Hollywood is connected to either the Watchers, I hate to say it, but satanic Satanism, and I think that music industry. And let me explain why. Back in the day, right? See, still now in my car, right? Because I used to really listen to the hip hop and listen to the fucking rock and the fucking crazy shit. And then I just started learning about sound frequency, vibration, hertz, and spelling. See, when you talk, you really cast a spell. Spelling, right? That's why they call it spelling, right? Hear me out. So what I learned is that this is some powerful shit. So that's why they took away the bells from all over the world, because they lied. They said, oh, we have to use it for the war. Yeah, bullshit. They took away all of the bells all over the world, sound, frequency, vibration, healing. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? The big bells, bong, 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 like the Undertaker shit, like bells. Chanting. Why do you think that the monks, right? Do it. I want you guys. I'm being fucking real right now. Do it. Nobody's watching you. You're here watching me. I'm talking to a motherfucking video that probably the CIA and the government are watching me. So do it. See how you feel vibration right here? See that? You feel vibration? You vibrate your body. What happens when you vibrate your body? Your cells start to vibrate. When your cells start to vibrate, it starts to heal. It starts to break down. It starts to heal. Hertz, sound, frequency, vibration. I got into this. When I'm doing my work, instead of watching some bullshit negative nonsense, I put on what is it? The YouTube and the Hertz. 880 hertz, 405, 32, healing hertz, spiritual hertz. I listen to that. Let me tell you, I feel fucking good. I don't know what it is, but I got to tell you, I feel fucking good, right? So, getting back to the Watchers, right? And we're all going to bring this all together, right? 200 Watchers come from that realm, right? Cast down here, right? The Watchers, right? Well, if they're fighting each other with good and evil, or they want to benefit themselves, then it raises another question, right? Well, if these beings, supposedly in the Bible, right, the watchers, are coming from the higher power, how is the higher power good? How? And I'm just going to drop a mic right now. I'm just going to really just let you just think about that. How is God good? They're coming from him. They're coming from that army, right? Makes you think, right? So I probed it, 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 and here's where I got. Why do you think they invented video games, right? Everything has a reason. Everything is a puzzle piece, right? Where you get the idea of a video game, you have to get an idea from something that comes to you in your conscious. You think you have voices in your head, but they're not voices in your head. They're coming from something, somewhere, downloading. Every single word, every single technology, anything comes from something. So, AI, artificial intelligence, right? You have to dig deeper to understand what's going on. And multiple scholars come to the same conclusion. We have consciousness. We're being given and downloaded information. Prime example. People that have massive head injuries, right? And I want you guys to Google this too. People that have massive head injuries, right? Some become geniuses. Some become mathematicians. Some start seeing other color spectrums. They hear intensely. They gain more mental focus. This is documented science, right? So getting back to that, how's God good? God's playing the ultimate video game. And I'm gonna say this right now. Many scholars, scientists, scholars, etc., if God is each and every one of us, living through us, right? Experiencing life in God's creation, God's the ultimate game player. Period. So, with that being said, right? You analyze death. There's no death. See, they're going to scare you. Into thinking that when you die, you if you're a bad person, if you don't listen, you're going to go to hell. Hell. We're on hell. Satan's running this fucking place. Hell. 200 watchers came down, putting human beings and creation through fucking hell, doing nothing about it. It's the ultimate game. Don't you see? Wars, disease, corruption, manipulation, evil. How powerful is your God? Now, yeah. Spark a light, right? Spark a life. It's the ultimate game, ladies and gentlemen. Cheers. We're a fucking game. And I'll tell you this, when you study your ancient Egyptians, your Mayans, your Aztecs, your ancient history, Native American, what do you get? Conscious jumping. There's a word in religion called incarnation, right? Jesus, the Holy Trinity, incarnation, right? Put re in front of it. Reincarnation. Ladies and gentlemen, I have a funny feeling. And I just keep on reading ancient texts, studying ancient history, reading ancient. I think heaven's only in the brain. And I think that there might be a choice. And that choice is going to either be a reincarnation, or if you raise your consciousness to that higher level, right? And it's hard. It's hard to raise your consciousness because you just got to be focused. You can't let negativity bother you. You can't fight. You got to project positivity to get positivity. It's called manifestation. This whole realm, dimension, it's all electromagnetism. Electric from the sun, magnetic from the moon, electromagnetism, balance, yin yang. So if you project positivity, right? Project positivity, you attract, they say, positivity, I believe, 17 times over, right? They say that if you believe something in your mind to the point that you really believe it to be true, you see it to be true, you make yourself believe it, you can manifest it. Well, I'm telling you that works. Your boy's telling you it works. Now, this is the thing, guys. It ain't easy. It ain't easy because we meet stupid assholes every goddamn day. We meet negative people every day. We're faced with jackasses every day. We're faced with people that want to yell and scream and want to be tough guys, and then you got to beat them and put them on their ass and beat the shit out of them, and then that's negativity, right? But sometimes you got to do what you got to do. But to raise your consciousness, right? To beat the game, right? Some people call it the matrix. Some people just call it multiverse. Some people call it dimensions. Some people, to beat the game, you gotta play the game, right? So turn off the TVs. Turn off the TVs. Fuck the news. Fuck tariffs. Fuck ICE. Fuck the government. Fuck the CIA. Fuck religions. Live your life. Do you. Do you. Start doing what makes you happy. Keep an inner circle. An inner circle. You don't need fucking 100 friends. What do I always say? 3 motherfuckers. That's all you need to take over the world. 3 motherfuckers. You, yourself, and someone else. And you're just positive. Do what you love. You don't do what you love, you're a fucking slave. Do what you love. Man, think it. Believe it. Manifest it. It'll happen. It'll happen. And I'm going to leave you with homework. I want you guys to really research and study the Watchers. 200 Watchers, 200 creators on this known dimension realm that you guys call Earth. It is known to have multi-dimensions. That's science. That's science. Now, if you are really, truly religious, if you are really, truly whatever you believe in, I'm not here to say stop believing, because if that's making you happy, that's all that's important, is you being happy. But there's a point of being happy and being manipulated. There's a point of being happy and being manipulated for your money. And let's face facts again, money is man-made created. What is it called? Oh my God. Hammurabi Code? Study that. And study Einstein and Tesla and Hammurabi and Thoth. These are very important. Tesla. These are very important names because when you study their stories, you see that they were given knowledge and then they applied that knowledge here. Was it the first time? Absolutely not. And you look at the pyramids and you study the pyramids, and those were like energy machines, power plants, so to speak. It's scientifically proven. That's why NASA owns the right to the pyramids. NASA owns the right to the Grand Canyon. NASA began as an underwater a sea exploration secret group. Google it. Underwater, not space. Space, right? Space. Underwater. That's where they are. That's where they are. Underwater, and the extraterrestrials. Break down the word. Extraterrestrials. Extra lands beyond the ice walls. They're playing us. It's time to play them. The only way to play them, you guys have to rise up. Because let's break down government. If government is truly elected by the people, then what do we need government for? Why can't we just all help ourselves? If somebody really wants to be a cop, then why don't they be a good cop and help humanity instead of being corrupt? If people want to be military and be soldiers, then why don't they just be good military and good human beings, protecting other human beings voluntarily? If people are architects in the world, or engineers, plumbers, electricians, carpenters, farmers, scientists, do we even really need money, my friends? I always fuck this name up. The Hammurabi Code. He was given the knowledge too to structure civilization. Why? And why were all the ancient coins all had alien faces on it, alien symbolism on it? This is fact. And then it started to become Julius Caesar, and it started to become the Romans. And then what happened? Right? Then what happened? The Romans used this famous guy called Jesus, used his story. You had the New Testament all created, and they made a multi-billion-dollar religion to manipulate you guys. And their headquarters is called the Vatican. And study that Vatican, my friends. Study that architecture, because you see serpents and Anunnaki symbols and false ideology. And you got people walking around with big black masks looking like the KKK. And they're calling each other father. Goes against every single thing that man you call Jesus, Yeshua, said don't do. Romans got you. And it's the number one religion in the world, right? And then you have government. Break down that word. Government. Govern your mind. Governmental. Government. Govern your mind. Every single day, you guys are being shammed. Every single day. Now, there's billions of you humans out there. Billions being controlled by a couple hundred people. Does that fucking make sense to you? Good night, guys.